Off of turn number 4, or off of turn 2. Sorry, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we go green flag racing again. Still trying to start the technical difficulties as they go side by side for second. Ben now looking to stretch that lead again. Rick Donovan, Kenny Baum Jr. going side by side there. Rick will clear him off of 4. Here comes Eric Dallariva in the 74. He's to the inside of Kenny Baum. Caution on the speedway. Let's see what happened here. It looks like the 72 was involved. He's slow through 1 and 2. Oh,
looks like we had a car under the wall.
Yeah, the 22 there.
This is we got Bradley Robinson got into the wall going into turn 1 down the short chute and just collected the 72. Had nowhere to go.
And I was looking back there, it looked like coming off of 4, he had a pretty massive wiggle, so he might be having problems getting a handle on that car. Just some bad luck there for the 72 in the wrong spot at the wrong time, but as we come to another caution, we'll see what we can do here as they get ready to go racing.
As we were going through some of them technical difficulties, I was watching some of the drivers here in the field, and one of the guys that caught my eye, the number 31 of Rick Donovan, leading the pack. He came from 17th position, and he ended up working his way up into the top 5 within 10 laps.
And now, Rick Donovan has moved into the lead. That is an impressive run if he can keep it going. As he, looks like he's going to stay out there. Ben Nile. Ooh, everybody moved up except Ben Nile. The 29. He's going to lose a lot here. He's on pit road almost by himself. As Chuck Sweet will follow him down, as well as that is something we didn't want to see. For him anyway, is a little off-sequence pit stop, but he may be playing strategy there, Dylan. What do you think?
I don't know. These guys are really known for strategy in this in the Noble Network series, and I don't know. It's really too early to tell. You know, we're only on lap 31 of 80, so you know it could be them playing a pretty decent strategy here.
We're going to send you off here real quick to a commercial break for the NASCAR Hall of Fame, one of our sponsors here at Noble, but we will be right back, and we'll bring you right back to the action.
I felt it all at the Hall, where it's a cool 33 degrees.
We experienced it all at the Hall, where my son became the fastest man ever.
I relived it all at the Hall, where my grandson asked me, "Did you really do all that?"
Experience high-octane fun during NASCAR Hall of Fame's Cure for the Common Summer, presented by Coca-Cola.
And we are back here at Texas Motor Speedway for the Powertek Power Solutions Nationwide Series, their finale this season. We're going to run you through a real quick Sam Bass Gallery top 5 here. It's out front. We have Rick Donovan, the 31, and he started 17th, made a good run to the front. Then Eric Dallariva in the 74, he's sitting second. Kenny Baum Jr. sitting third. Cody Marshall fourth, and Sean Meddling rounding out your top 5 in the 5th position. As we look here at this field under caution, last time we were under caution, not this last run, but the one before that, we had a little bit of an incident as the 70 of Mike Arnn got together with Brian Neff. So if you were keeping track of that Army car, that's where he ended up, back in the back there, and, as well as the 60 and Neff. They tangled up a little bit. 70 was penalized for it, and Neff, of course, had to go to pit lane to get some repairs.
I'm going to update you on a couple cars here that are laps down, starting from the highest position going down. So far, we got in the 14th position, the number 76 of Brad Spadell in the one lap down. The 72 of David Camara in 15th, one lap down. Brian Neff, 16th, 2 laps down. And Stefan Burnell in the 18th position, 5 laps down.
And looking back from them, we see cars that have pulled it behind the wall. Dylan Brockwell, James Ross, James Gonier, and your points leader, Mitch Lennon. He is basically had that sealed up coming in, so he ran a few laps. He's pulled it over and parked it. We'll see what happens there if anybody can catch him, but I doubt it. As we look back to the front of the field here, the 31, Rick Donovan leading down as they double up going into turn 3. Lights are out. They will be going green this time by. And Norman looking for another batch of exciting racing.
Yeah, one of the guys also been watching besides Rick would be Kenny Baum Jr. He's had a big run those last few green flag runs as they're coming out of turn 4 here. Ian, we got lap 33 is the iRacing Ford Mustang shoots down pit road. We're going to go green flag racing here at Texas once again. Rick Donathan. Nice start by him, followed by Eric Talariva as they go single file into turn 1.
Kenny Baum Jr. and Cody Marshall getting side by side for third there. See if they can do anything else as they start to single file out behind them. Kenny Baum's going to go ahead and line it up there. He's going to fall to third.
Battle for the lead. Eric Talariva to the inside of Rick Donathan, sorry. Looks like we got Kenny Baum looking to follow Eric Talariva.
Yeah, looks like what I've noticed tonight is if you can get that car down to the inside line, you're going to be safe. But if you get stuck on that outside line, you're going backwards quick. And that 31, you saw him there, he had just enough room to slip down in front of Kenny Baum, but definitely losing that lead is going to be something he's going to want back. As Kenny Baum now looks to the outside of Rick. Maybe thinking he's got a little bit better car there?
Well, this is kind of a multi-lane track, a multi-grid track, so you can, if you get the right run, get the high line working. One of the really tough parts around here is I was coming off of turn 2, as you see the Kenny Baum had to check up a little bit. You can't really get that run off of turn 2 because that wall really sneaks up.
That Nile racing his way back through the pack there. You see him in 6th. He tagged the wall there on the backstretch. Chad Osborne going to take advantage. He's going to get a position out of it, but I saw him wiggle back there. Didn't want to cut you off there, Dylan, talking about the grooves there, but yeah, he wiggled up into the wall, and he's going to fall back to 7th. Now he's sandwiched in there between Osborne and Sean Medling. See if he can't maybe get back to the front. Working through the field, though, it seems like everybody's setting in for the long hauls. We've all kind of settled down here after a few early race cautions. But back at the front, Kenny Baum Jr. going side by side with Donovan. He gets a huge run off of 4. He's going to clear him before we get to 1. Cody Marshall going to take advantage of that. He's going to look to the inside of Rick Donathan as well. See if he can't pull a move off as Talariva has checked out. But if we look back here again, the 37 and the 31 still side by side down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And it's right behind them, the 10th, Dave Washington. You can never count him out. Right there on the bottom line as Rick Donathan slots back in, but he's wiggled up the track. Now that puts Washington into position. Washington to the inside. Side by side there as Washington looks for 4th, and Donathan will go from 2nd to 5th in 2 laps. That is not what he wanted to see.
Dave Washington, amazing stats last week as he pulled every win through all the series. Think he can pull off win number 6?
It wouldn't surprise me if he got another one tonight. This is another track that suits his style of racing, which is just going all out all the way to the front. So we'll see if he can't maybe get back up to the front here, as now Kenny Baum looking to close in on Eric Talariva, our leader. And last couple laps he's been doing it, knocking a couple tenths off that gap. We'll see if he can't get up there. Number 29, Ben Nile, battling back against Osborne for 6. See if he can't get that position back after he smacked the wall. Car still looks to be handling good. I think he might just pancake the right side of it a little bit. Not doing too much. Looking down to the inside here. Still side by side off into 3. Osborne able to run it. Ooh! Ben Nile got loose. He clipped that apron and just about turned the car around.
As I said earlier on the broadcast, that white line into the corners, you really got to watch out for that, as it really breaks the car loose, and you got to be patient around these. You got to really pay attention to what line.
Dave Washington right there looking at Cody Marshall. Last time down the back straightaway, he was pushing him. He was that close, so we'll see what happens with that, as they are right there, but as they sit, they are about a second and a half behind the leader there. Eric Dalriva pulling away yet again, but Kenny Baum Jr., he's still he's stout. He's still sitting there in second. He might be able to close up, maybe saving a little bit of his tire, saving some fuel or something. Or maybe just a little bit slower than Eric Dalriva. This time at the line, looks like we're going to have a gap of 0.7 of a second. He lost 3 that lap, so we'll see if he can't close up, as we're just past halfway now on lap 44. We're going to look back through the field here, see if
we
anything's
got a
going on.
car down the inside, and Brian Neff, it looks like, to the inside wall coming into turn 3, no yellow.
Yeah, Neff slow, but looks like he's going to get it back to pit lane. Still probably fighting that damage from earlier after that early wreck. I'll see if he doesn't just take it behind the wall here after getting into pit lane.
Going back to the front here, Kenny Baum's starting to lose a little bit of time on Eric Dalriva.
And as he's losing time, Cody Marshall's closing the gap right behind him there. Dave Washington still sitting 4th. See if he can't maybe make a move here near the end of this thing with 45 left, and they did just pit. A lot of guys pitted under the caution before the last one, but I think we might be starting to look for green flag pit stops at this point if they keep racing the way they are.
Well, 32 to 38 laps is your fuel window. So they might be good for, it looks, might have to pit about one more time.
That's what I'm seeing too here, anywhere from about 55 to 60 something. I'm seeing cars down pit lane. Let's see if maybe that second stop Nile made under the second caution maybe gets him a little bit of extra time out there on the track that he can stretch a lead out, but I'm not seeing that. If he gets out there in front with those old tires, they're going to close right back up to him.
Yeah, go back to our tires here. New tires versus old tires, and what we got here is big difference in your times. So tires a big factor, as obviously the older tires gives you slower lap times.
As we look back here at the racing, Chad Osborne and Rick Donaldson got side by side there. Rick going to lose another spot, fall to 4th, move Chad Osborne up into your top 5, and behind them, Randy Hedrick and Ben Nile going at it for 7th place, as Hedrick able to slip by. He's going to get 7th, as Nile's going to fall back in there and get fall back to 8th. But you don't like your... Donovan slips back by as Osborne tags the wall again. Tricky little situation, just another one of those situations where you see it happen. They're just swapping positions back and forth now, as Osborne could get back to him here before 1, but he's looking down the short chute, got the nose in. They're going to go side by side through 1 and 2, see if they can't maybe, if Osborne can't make the move here off the corner, as he's going to fight it. Jonathan and Hedrick, it looks like he wiggled a bit there through the middle of the corner. He just couldn't get the drive off, as now Jonathan and Randy Hedrick look around the outside, see if they can't make a move.
And we got the 29 of Ben Nile looking to get into this fight as well. This is all for the top 5 position.
Nile was strong early. He was way out in front of this race, and then just played some weird pit strategy and ended up falling back. But he's fought his way back up to 8th, and that's about where we sit as we look back to the front again. Eric De La Riva has really stretched that lead out, closing in on 1.2 seconds over Kenny Baum Jr. this time by, and it's just looking pretty good for him. He's able to just sit out front and cruise. Now we'll see how that holds up after the next pit stop. Is that clean air out front? It's everything here. Caution on the racetrack. That's going to erase the lead.
Looks like we got the number 56 of White Wolf in the inside of turn number 1.
And again, it's right there in that turn 1 of that short shoot, and that's where we've been seeing some issues recently once they get strung out. Let's see what happens.
Looks like
here.
he got loose coming down the front stretch. Oh, and a big wreck into the outside wall.
Oh, yeah. Got launched up into that. Ooh, we got launched up into that net there, and Sweeting had to make a quick move to miss him. Good job on that, but yeah, Wyatt Wolf looks like his day is going to be done after that. And well, like I said, back up at the front, that's going to completely erase that lead that Eric De La Riva had. 1.4 seconds over Kenny Baum that time, and that's all gone. As now Kenny Baum's there, Marshall's there, Dave Washington in 4th, and Dylan, looking at it here, we're on lap 53 of 80. That puts us under 30 laps to go. You think we'll see a lot of cars on pit lane here trying to stretch the fuel?
I think everybody will be coming down pit road on this one. It'd be taking a gamble to stay out. With just about 30 laps to go, as we see our leaders dip down the pit road, would be a good call.
Yeah, do you think, what are you thinking here tires-wise? 4, 2, what do you want in the car?
Well, it all depends on how you handled your car. 2 tires will obviously make it looser, but you also be a little bit slower, so you really got to pay attention.
We watch our leader here, Eric De La Riva. He hits his pit box. He's taking the right sides on the car. Right sides jacks down. They're going to jack up the left side as well. He's going to take forward fuel. Washington, he's got the same strategy, it looks like, as Marshall and Kenny Baum. They're both going to take another forward fuel. See if they can't slip out. Kenny Baum with a quick pit stop. He's going to win the race off pit road. Marshall's going to beat Eric De La Riva, and Washington's going to come out right where he came in 4th. But that's a big swing there, as De La Riva will go from 1st to 3rd just because of the pit stop. And I think what we saw there was that pit road, the box position there, as De La Riva and Kenny Baum and Cody Marshall had a pit box near the end of pit lane. De La Riva was closer to the middle. And as he came down there, it looked like he just had a little bit slower time on pit road, and Kenny Baum and Marshall able to slip by.
As we let things settle down after pit stops here, we will go ahead and take a break, and we will update you on where everybody is sitting right after this.
Did your little storm knock out the power? Well, excuse me for not noticing.
Hate to disappoint you, old man Winter. Better luck next time.
If the power goes out, your Generac standby generator goes on, automatically.
Down trees? Flash floods? Is that all you've got?
Stand up to the threat of outages with Generac, and never feel powerless.
Does a real race car have a center post? Of course not, and neither should your race rig. The R-Seat Evo V3 with its unique design has no center post. The R-Seat Evo replicates what you would be accustomed to in your daily driver or something you may take to the track. It can accommodate drivers from 4'11" up to over 6'6" tall and is pre-drilled for all of the major wheel manufacturers on the market today. When it comes to performance, look no further than the R-Seat Evo V3. Check out the R-Seat Evo and other sim racing equipment by heading to www.rseat.net.
Welcome back here at Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to go ahead and hop right into our top 5 presented by Sam Bass. We're going to go on the front right here. We got Kenny Baum Jr., Cody Marshall, Eric Dallariva, Dave Washington, and rounding out your top 5, Randy Hendrick.
And as we look through the field here, we have sitting right behind them in 6th, Rick Donovan, Chad Osborne, and Chuck Sweeting. 6th, 7th, 8th. They're going to be hot on the heels of these leaders here after this restart. And sitting back in 9th, your early race leader who fell back, the 29 there of Ben Nile. That's and now the 92 there of Brian Terry as well. He's there. He's getting his new team ready for next season as they sit there with that new paint scheme. So we'll see if he can't maybe make a run to the front as well. I'm going to keep my eye on Nile. He's been quick all day. And you got Washington there in 4th. He's one to watch. And of course, Kenny Baum leading this thing is always a dangerous thing when we come down to the final laps. Off at turn number 4. They're going to get ready to go green here as the pace car will make that hard left turn down pit lane. There it goes. Kenny Baum leading him down to the green flag. He's going to go. Green flag in the air. We're racing in Texas again. 37 and the 74 go side by side. Kenny Baum able to jump out to the lead as they try to sort it out behind him.
Coming through 1 and 2, it looks like the top 6 is going to file out to a single file.
Dallariva taking a defensive position right now over Cody Marshall. Marshall got a little bit loose there. See if Washington can't take advantage. He's going to go ahead and try and make a move here down the front stretch maybe. Right now they've all fanned out. Dallariva sitting 2nd, as he doesn't want to let Kenny Baum stretch his legs like he was able to do last time. Down through 3 and 4, the 45 out there in front. Kenny Baum Jr. running that Chevy out there out front. Then Dallariva in 2nd. Then Marshall, he sits 3rd. Washington 4th. That's your top 4. They're the ones that are in the tight battle for the lead. Washington wiggles. He's up high. See if he can't maybe straighten this thing out and get back after him. Yeah, I see it. We're down side by side here as they come off, or looking to go side by side. Dallariva and Kenny Baum. Dallariva gets to the inside, battle for the lead into 1. There they go side by side off into turn number 1. Off at 2 though. Looks like Dallariva's going to clear it. And what started that was Kenny Baum got loose. Dallariva got to his bumper. Kenny Baum couldn't plant it off into 1 like he wanted to, and Dallariva got the run.
It looked like Dallariva had the, when Dallariva was on the inside, Kenny Baum had a little bit of a wiggle up on the top side. Gave Dallariva that little extra jump off turn 2.
They come down the back straightaway now. Kenny Baum, he's going to look to the inside. Side by side off into turn number 3. Kenny Baum looking back for that lead, but Dallariva not willing to give it up. Kenny Baum, you can see him fighting, it's wiggling a little bit. Ooh, but Dallariva got loose up high. Kenny Baum's going to come back to the lead as they go side by side. And they are going to straighten out as we'd like to welcome the points leader, and I believe he has it locked down, so your champion for the Powertek Power Solutions Nationwide Series is here, Mitch Lennon, to the booth.
How y'all doing?
Doing good, Mitch. Yeah, it's, we watched the race here. It looks like we had the 74 of Eric Dallariva sneak by the inside of Kenny Baum Jr. through turns 3 and 4 as Dallariva back to the lead.
They're swapping it back and forth right now as they just keep going side by side for the lead. I'm going to get a quick word in here with Mitch. Mitch, you were able to lock down that points championship tonight. So you had some bad luck early, but you came into it pretty much locked down. So champion of the series, how's it feel?
Well, it feels good. didn't finish it out the way I wanted to, but championship's a championship, I guess. I was hoping to go out with a bang like a win, but didn't want to go out with a bang or finish last.
Now, obviously here, from your perspective, how was the racing out there tonight? I know early it was a bit hectic, but from what you saw, you think if you could have stayed in it, you would have had any shot at it?
Well, that's the funny thing about these races lately. You go through practice, and what you think is going to be a clean race usually ends up not being for some reason, and the ones who are disastrous in practice end up being decent races. So it's just kind of strange. I think everybody, if they have a decent practice, they think that they can go all out in the race, and then it ends up biting them.
All right, that's Mitch Lennon here. We got, looking back down on the track, we got a battle for 6th position between the 29 of Ben Nile and the 10 of Dave Washington. Washington off the pace a couple laps ago. Looks like he's starting to pick it back up.
He fell back in the field, and as he comes under fire from Nile, that could be a problem for Washington. As it seems like if he gets caught up late there, he ends up. Ooh, and they touch. Nile and Washington got together.
Pass for second place, Cody Marshall up to second. Kenny Baum back to third as Cody Marshall gets to the inside of Kenny Baum through 3 and 4. Kenny not really being able to work that outside line as I'm pretty sure he'd hoped that he could.
Down often. Ow! Kenny Baum with an incredible save down the back straightaway. He tagged the wall and got loose. He's going to lose a position, but he could have lost his race there. That was a huge save as he was sideways.
And Mitch, talk to us a little bit here. What would be the mindset coming into the race for the rest of these drivers, knowing that you've already walked away with the championship on this?
Well, it was second and third were only 5 points apart, so that was going to be an interesting race. But then James had got caught up in one of the incidents that I was caught up in, and that ended his night as well. So that means I'm pretty sure that Brian Terry's locked in for second now. I don't think fourth place was close enough to close that in, but we'll see what happens at the end of the race.
And coming into tonight's race also, the battle for second very close, as Brian Terry is running just outside the top 10 in the 11th position. Pit strategy-wise, what are these guys going to be looking for pit strategy-wise? Obviously, there's only 10 laps to go. Do you think 30 laps on the tires would be good enough to make a decent run at the lead?
Well, there's a bit of drop-off here. Probably a good second and a half in a 30-lap run. So definitely, if the opportunity was there for you could get tires and the guys in front of you didn't, I think you could make it work, at least with 10 to go. It just depends on who's in front of you. You know, sometimes they get side by side and you can't get by them anyways.
What would be your ideal line around this track? I noticed that the high line's not really working. Let's say for Kenny Baum, he's been trying to work the high line, but he just keeps getting passed. What would be your ideal line? I mean, obviously the inside, but you know, would it be more of an inside or middle lane? You know, take us into detail on that.
Well, for me, it's pretty much what you call a bottom feeder most everywhere, and on the tracks where you need to run higher, that's usually where I end up paying a penalty because I don't like going up there, but I've been starting to learn a little bit this season about doing that.
All right, we got a Cody Marshall there. Took a look to the outside of Dalla-Riva. Dalla-Riva threw that thing down to the inside lane real quick, make sure he could get a defensive line going into the corner. I think that might come back to bite him, as he looked like he had a little bit of a wiggle when he turned it in. So I don't know if maybe he's gonna try that again with Marshall getting around here. Marshall's gonna look. Now Dalla-Riva slams the door down the nose, and he can't get by him. That top three is right there, though. Dalla-Riva and Donathan are Del Riva, Marshall, Donathan, and now Marshall wiggles. Donathan had to check up. He got the apron and wiggled. It's going to spread them all back out. That's an accordion effect.
Alex is coming up to the back of that pack. The number 45, Kenny Baum Jr.'s got taken advantage of them hitting that white line. Like I said earlier on in the broadcast, Mitchell, the white line is pretty dangerous
treacherous.
here.
Yeah, very treacherous. That's what caught me on the first incident there. Dylan Brockwell caught the apron, and I had nowhere to go. So really here, you don't want to touch that white line, but you'd like to be close to it. But the car will get loose down that low as well.
Looking up at the front here, we're going to see leaders have to deal with a little bit of lap traffic. Del Riva, he's catching Brian Neff there in the 60, who is, like I said, he was involved in that incident under caution, and Del Riva able to sail by as it looks like he's just going to stay high for the leaders here. And Marshall, Donathan, Kenny Baum, they're all able to slip right by there, no problem getting by him.
Brian Neff, the last car out there, running 17 laps down at this point. And then the only other car laps down would be Stefan Brunel, who's running 5 laps down. The rest of the cars all the way back to 13th, which would be Brad Spardell, will be the last car on the lead lap.
Well, it looks like Eric's opening up a little bit of a gap now, so he got a little cushion.
Looking at how much they were racing earlier on, do you think Cody used up his tires trying to get past Eric?
Yeah, Cody's he's pretty aggressive there, and it usually ends up paying on the long run because it depends on the setup of the car. Sometimes he gets away with it, and other times he don't, and it looks like tonight he's not going to.
Also another driver I was watching, Rick Donathan. Great run for Rick. He's sitting in 3rd place right now, starting 17th.
Yeah, awesome run for Rick. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the points. I don't know how much gap there was from 3rd to 4th. Rick was sitting 4th coming in. It's going to be tight, I think.
Also another thing to bring up for tonight's race, it's going to be the last race for quite a few drivers in here as they're all getting moved to the Cup Series on Thursday night. What do you think's going through their mind on this, as it could be their last race?
Well, for some of them, probably a little bit of relief, and other ones not so much because they might run better in these than they do in the Cup Series, or might just have better luck in this series versus that series.
Not to interrupt us real quick, guys, but Kenny Baum's tried to make a move on Donathan there, got squeezed up, he smacked the wall again. So not sure if that car's still going to be driving straight. As he's caught Donathan, he is on his bumper. You know, he wants by, he just can't seem to get a gap or a run to get by him. White flag in the air as we take the final lap here at Texas. Looking back to the front, it's Eric Della Riva. He's got about a full second lead here. Off into turn number 3. As long as he can get through 3 and 4 here, what's he got here? Nothing, no wiggles, nothing set up. He gets to the line. Eric Della Riva got Kenny Baum. He's going to win.
Kenny Baum.
Cody Marshall bringing 2nd, and Kenny Baum looked to the outside but couldn't pull it off as Donathan able to finish in the top 3. As we bring Kenny Baum across 4th, Hedrick 5th, Niall fought his way back up to 6th. Washington fell to 8th after Chuck Sweeting in 7th there, and then Medling and Chad Osborne to round out your top 10 tonight. Brian Terry brought it across 11th. Then Mike Arnn, Brad Spidell, and then Stephen Brunel obviously 5 down. That's going to round out your unofficial results for tonight.
What a run by Kenny Baum at that last ditch effort to get by Rick Donathan.
He was definitely digging there, and he tried to get by him, but as we see it tonight, your top 3, Eric Della Riva, Cody Marshall, and Rick Donathan. We'll have interviews with them coming up. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back.
I felt it all at the hall, where it's a cool 33 degrees.
We experienced it all at the hall, where my son became the fastest man ever.
I relived it all at the hall, where my grandson asked me, "Did you really do all that?"
Experience high-octane fun during NASCAR Hall of Fame's Cure for the Common Summer, presented by Coca-Cola.
Buddy left your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Rick, got you there. We are here with Rick Donathan. He's your third place finisher for tonight. He brings that number 31 across the line. Rick, how'd the car feel tonight?
Oh man, it felt pretty good. Gosh, I would have liked to have got that first place. It felt the car ran so good. I felt like it was a first place car. Cody Marshall there, tough contender. I was right there on his back door, and he dipped down below that line just a little bit, got his car upset in 3 and 4, and every time I got my momentum built up, I was thinking I was going to be right on him, but he tapped that bottom line, and of course I'd let out of the gas, and I'd had to spin 3 or 4 laps building more momentum up.
Yeah, 10-4, and as we see it here, it looks like you had a really impressive run anyway, though, bringing across 30. You started 17. So, was it just the early wrecks that got you up there, or did you actually have to fight through the pack?
I do a lot better under pressure, more so. I had 5 laps in the car at practice, and had some questions that needed to be answered about the league and so forth, and just didn't have a lot of practice. So just trying to be careful and pay attention to my surroundings was really high today, and I guess it paid off.
And you bring it across, as I said, you brought it across third there, and that's after starting 17th. That's a really good gain. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Absolutely. I'd like to thank rseat.net, Hall of Fame, Powertek Power Solutions, absolutely. And Wiley X, Sam Bass, and RD Designs, and Noble Network, and you guys, all the hard work you guys put into this. And but the big thing is those members out there. Thank you for your membership and being loyal to the league. And, all this wouldn't be possible without these guys.
Okay, thank you, Rick. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our next finisher here.
User was moved to your channel.
All right, I am here with Cody Marshall, the number 37, finishing second place. Quite a decent run for you. You started 5th and finished 2nd. So you started in the top 5, finished in the top 3. Take us through those early on laps. I noticed there was a lot of wrecks. Did that affect you at all? It looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulty trying to get to Cody. We'll talk to him and try and get back to him in a moment. We'll see if we can get a hold of Brian Terry, bringing home second place here in the points.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey Brian, second place in the points, not bad. We had already talked to Mitch Lennon earlier on in the broadcast. How does it feel coming home in the top 3 here at the Nationwide Championship?
Well, first and foremost, got to give a big congratulations to Mitch Lennon. Had this wrapped up weeks ago, but coming home second in the points here, that's my personal best here at Noble, and pretty stoked. I had one hell of a season this season, and even though I was fighting a tight race car all night, finishing 11th, but to still finish second in the points. I'm really happy right now.
A pretty solid race tonight, finishing 11th, just outside the top 10. Also got nice new, we got a little paint scheme here, running your Wiley X colors. Want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I decided for the last race just to go out with a little bit of a bang to change up my paint scheme here, show off who I'm going to be running with next season. Proud to say that I'm going to be running under Cody Marshall for the Nationwide Series Wiley X sunglasses for next season.
Alright, and this is personal best for Brian Terry, finishing off second in the championship, finishing just outside the top 10 here tonight at Texas with his brand new paint scheme with Wiley X sunglasses. And be looking forward to seeing you in the Cup Series on Thursday night.
Definitely looking forward to that race.
Is there anybody that you'd like to thank for the second place here in the championship?
Well, first and foremost, give a nice thank you to the admins, Dave Washington and James Ross, our series sponsors, Wiley X, NASCAR Hall of Fame, RC.net, Sam Bass Galleries, RD Designs, basically everyone here at Noble for making this such an exciting series to run in, and I can't wait for next season.
All right, that's the number 92 of Brian Terry, finishing off second this season here at the Noble Nationwide Series, brought to you by Powertek Power Solutions. We're going to bring it to Ian with James Ross. Ian?
James, you there?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Okay, James, you had a fairly fairly eventful run today. You got caught up in a couple of early race incidents there. You still were able to bring it home third in the championship. How's that feel?
It's kind of a bittersweet moment. I was hoping to give Brian more of a run for second. There was only 5 points between us going in, but I just ran into some difficulties today, and then some disagreement with iRacing on what constitute car that can continue or not. So eventually they win. So I'm sitting here, but I mean, what a fantastic season. I mean, a great deal to be involved with. Congrats to Mitch Lennon on his championship, very well deserved. Congrats to all the guys that ran in this series. I mean, it was, difficulties tonight aside, best season so far in the Nationwide Series here with Noble.
Yeah, and I was just going to ask you about how you were feeling about the series. I mean, I know you guys were putting on the sponsorship there over at Powertek. You going to be back for next season?
Yeah, we'll be back next season. I might take a little hiatus after this. I've got a big move coming up and moving shop, moving home. So I might be out of the loop for a little bit. But the series will be here, and we'll continue to be here. It's been a great relationship between Powertek and Noble, and we'd like that to continue.
Okay, it's like I said, a good run there for, not so good run today at the track, but a good run in the championship. You bring it home third, and good to hear you guys will be back next season for the Powertek Power Solutions Nationwide Series.
Definitely, thank you, and thanks for all the work you fellows do too. You guys are doing an excellent job.
Okay, we're going to get a few quick words from Mitch here. Mitch, just sum up the season for us. How was it?
Slow and steady, I guess, would be a good word to use. I didn't get any wins on the season, but consistency, paid off for me.
There you have it, Mitch Lennon with the finish here. Dylan, final words on the race?
I just want to say that it's been a great season. I've been watching the Powertek Power Solutions Nationwide series for a little bit, and great driving by all the drivers. Would have been interesting to see how big of a bang we could have had Mitch here go out with the season. I want to congratulate him on his championship win, along with the rest of the drivers on having a great season. And once again, not all drivers will be back. Some will go into the Cup side on Thursday nights, and like to see how they're going to do.
And real quick, Carl, last race of the season, how you feel about it?
I'm anxious to go ahead and get next season up and running. Good. Dylan helped fill in for us there for a little bit right here at the end of the season in the broadcast booth, but he's going to the car, so be wishing him good luck, and just can't wait to get next season kicked off and get these races televised some more.
And that's about how I have the same feelings as Carl there, and I would like to wish Dylan luck as well as everybody else in the Nationwide Series. We'll be looking forward to them next season. As we wrap it up here for the season finale for Powertek Power Solutions Nationwide Series, for Noble Network 1, that's Dylan Lee and Carl Brown producing. I am Ian Adams. We will see you later. And real quick before we leave, once again, congrats to Mitch Lennon on taking the championship home.